Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming. I'm Sheriff Jack Hall of the Lorain County Sheriff's Office, and on Monday, August 25th, which was yesterday, the Lorain County Sheriff's Office SWAT team and the Major Crimes Task Force detectives executed a search and arrest warrant for Jomar Perez at an apartment complex on Nantucket Avenue in Lorain. This was for the murder of Robert Willis on July 29th near the Little Lighthouse Learning Center on Meister Road in Lorain. The sheriff's detectives throughout this investigation learned that the incident was originally a planned robbery during a drug buy, which was to take place at the school. Video evidence suggests that Perez brandished a weapon and Willis attempted to drive his vehicle away. In that time, he was shot 2 times with a .380 caliber bullet, and the bullet entered his torso, which later led to his death. The victim, Robert Willis, does have a history of drug dependency and agreed to meet Perez behind the the Meister Road School to purchase drugs. And at the incident, Perez was there as a planned robbery, and he ended up killing him and his associates. During the incident, Perez had met with Willis. He had taken his life, and then he was picked up by an associate in the immediate area. The victim was transported to the Lorain Community Mercy Health Center, which he was pronounced dead on scene there. The hard work of detectives and technology led investigators to the arrest of Perez and his associates. Ring doorbell cameras followed Perez as he was picked up by another suspect short distance from the school. Through that Ring doorbell camera monitoring and through social media tips and residents applying information to detectives, we were able to piece together the information which led us to Perez to his actual location. Since this was a planned robbery which led to a homicide, our current focus on this investigation is to now bring the others responsible for this incident to justice as well. Perez was arraigned in Lorain Municipal Court just hours ago. He is now back in our jail on a $2 million bond for this incident. And so therefore, his next hearing will be at Lorain Municipal Court sometime in September in the first week. If there's any further questions about this, I want to introduce Major Steve Scharschmidt. He is our Director of the Major Crimes Task Force for the Lorain County Sheriff's Office, and he can follow up with any other questions today. Major?
And what are the actual counts on Perez for this? Is it just murder? Or?
Right, just murder until we get to the grand jury, and then we'll present everything, which I believe there would be several other charges, but right now it's 1 count.
Are you actively looking for the person who picked him up as well?
Correct. Yeah, we've had that person identified, and it's part of the process. We feel there are others with chargeable conduct both before and after this incident.
It seems like there's pretty substantial resident and community member help with this. I guess what is your message following that about the community's help in finding somebody who did something like that?
So we hit that area for days at Meister Road and Edgewood, Palm Springs, and we received just great cooperation from all the residents looking at their surveillance systems, their ring cameras. That really helped us piece things together prior and after, and then helped us identify this vehicle that we believe picked up our suspect. So it was awesome to receive all those phone calls. A lot of people weren't home. We dropped cards. They're checking their systems, and it says a lot for the residents there that they want a safe neighborhood.
What is your message to those residents? You had this really scary thing happen, this really tragic thing happen in their neighborhood about the safety of their neighborhood.
I look at it as an isolated incident, but we do have gun violence in this county as we do in many places in this country. So, we work together, we work with our residents, and I think that that's huge. And to have trust in us, to work with us, that meant a lot in this case, and it means a lot overall to law enforcement.
And you said that, or Sheriff, you said that Robert Willis was shot while driving away. Was there a sort of car accident? I read something that might have been a rollover following that.
No, he was shot twice in the parking lot, but then continued to operate his vehicle. He had a dog in the vehicle, but one of the rounds went through and pierced his lungs, so he was obviously in distress. So he had struck a shed and then ultimately went into a fence in a neighborhood close by.
Are you able at this point to release the identity of the associate that picked up Perez?
Not at this time.
Okay,
We're still working, our focus is on, again, several others.
sure.
And again, we believe is a planned robbery,
Right.
and we are gonna hold those accountable as well, so that's our focus. We've got our primary, now we're in the secondary.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And with the secondaries, I mean, I guess what kind of crime are you looking at them for?
Complicity to commit drug trafficking, complicity to commit robbery, potentially complicity to commit homicide. Everything's on the table, we'll package it all up before we go to the grand jury.
And I believe usually for a murder count, judges do $1 million. Do you know why it was $2 million bond in this case?
We consider him a flight risk.
And there was only Perez and Willis at the actual scene.
That's correct.
And was it in the parking lot of that learning center and synagogue there?
That's correct.
Sorry, would you mind spelling your first and your last name? Just to be
Sure, Steve, last name is Scharschmidt, SCHARSCHMIDT.
In your title?
Major.
And I know that Lorain County Sheriffs were covering for the Lorain Police Department the day before Officer Wagner's funeral. So typically, would this have been a call that Lorain Police would have responded to as opposed to the Sheriff's Office?
Correct. We had that coverage, that short window, and paid them all the respects to attend their fallen officer's funeral, and this incident took place.
Did Lorain Police provide you with assistance in the aftermath of once they were back on duty? After enough time had passed following the funeral, did they assist?
Yeah, we had some conversation with them about this incident, and ran a couple suspects by them initially, and certainly kept them abreast of the investigation. So assistance, yes, but we handled really everything through the investigation. But they were there supporting us.
Sure.
And appreciative.
Do you know how many rounds were discharged total? I know 2 rounds hit close,
2 rounds.
just 2.
Yeah, both struck him.
And officers arrived because the community heard these gunshots?
Yeah, that's correct. Actually, it was the crash into the fence, the shed, that alerted residents, and that's when we got the call.
Did you end up recovering a murder weapon?
No, not at this time. We're hopeful. We have leads. We're hopeful. You're welcome.
Any other questions from anybody? Okay. Well, we appreciate everybody coming, and our hearts and our thoughts are with the victim's family today, making sure that we do everything we can to put closure to this case, bring the other offenders associated with our defendant to justice. And also, we want to make sure that we work closely with the citizens of Lorain Police Department, the Mayor's Office in Lorain, in regards to violent activities that's taken place. Again, what Major Scharschmidt said, we believe this was an isolated incident that had taken place, but nonetheless, it still resulted in an unfortunate death and unforeseen and uncalled for death in somebody who had taken place being inside their city. And so therefore, we just want to make sure that we work with the churches, community leaders, and the police department to make sure that we reduce these type of violent acts that not only take place in the city of Lorain, but Lorain County as a whole. So my thanks to Major Scharschmidt and his team, because I think they've done a phenomenal job, a very thorough job in a short period of time. And in addition to that, to all the detectives, the officers, the deputies, everybody who had worked that scene, but most importantly to all of the residents who were brave enough to call, to supply information, to return phone calls, to provide tips on Facebook, which we received many of those as well too. Residents want a safe community, they want to live in a safe community. We want to make sure that we build that foundation of trust to ensure that they get that safety that they deserve. Thank you all very much for coming out today.
Thank you.
Thanks.